Former WBC champion Deontay "The Bronze Bomber" Wilder said he's definitely adding to his team ahead of a Tyson Fury trilogy fight that means everything. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang, notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, the Cash App, and the Patreon family. We working. Sign up for ESPN Plus bundle. That includes ESPN Plus, Hulu, and Disney Plus. All three of those apps, $12.99. And it does help the channel when you guys click on that and maybe get you through this quarantine since everybody's confined to their homes and living quarters. Also, make sure you guys head over to the Patreon. I just revamped it, and we'll be working from the Patreon, doing a lot of the live streams and stuff over there. Now, Deontay Wilder is bringing in people on his team. I want to kind of go over it with my trusted assistant, Money Penny, and I'll give you my thoughts at the end.
I am looking to bring someone in, for sure, Wilder told co-hosts Kenneth Buhari and Mike Rosenthal. We don't have it down yet, but I'm definitely gonna bring. I've got two people I'm bringing in. You know, one of them. He always come to camp on some basis or whatever. He always around. He in and out anyway. But we'll see what happens. I think we've got a great team that's gonna be formed. Once everything goes back to normal, hopefully it'll be sooner than later, and I can get my team in order and we can move forward with our game plan for the third fight.
So he says he's bringing in some people, and it sounds like somebody that fight fans know ahead of the third fight. Wilder continues by saying,
"We've been having a lot of people reach out and different things and whatnot, you know," Wilder said. "But you just have to be careful with that. Because a lot of people see this time and they just want publicity. They want to be able to say there was the name that, you know, there was the name that came in and stuff like that, and just look at it a different way. That's how I'm looking at it, and that's how I know boxing. Boxing is very crooked. It's a dirty business. You know, you've got to make sure you be careful. It's a corrupt sport as well, very. You've got to be careful about the people that you bring around, what the intent of that person is trying to come in to help. Especially when they never reached out before and wanna seize an opportunity. You know, I done seen so much, I done been around so much, I done had people tell me things. Tell me not to go and do this and say this, and then they turn around and do the same SHT they told me not to do. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff go on in boxing. Who can you trust?"
So Deontay "The Bronze Bomber" Wilder, thank you, Money Penny. Deontay "The Bronze Bomber" Wilder says boxing is a crooked sport and you never know people's intentions. So he's basically saying you never know why all of a sudden after I lose are people offering to help me. You know, some people criticize Floyd Mayweather for this. All of a sudden when Floyd Mayweather decides to shout out Wilder, it's after he loses and he's no longer a threat to Floyd's record. You know, but before, when Wilder was knocking everybody out, there was no Floyd. You know, you didn't really hear much from Floyd. In fact, it looked like Floyd was almost being the scene stealer and, you know, trying to outshine or upstage Wilder. You look at Wilder versus Luis Ortiz 2 fight week. I was at that fight week, and then Floyd like magically announces that he's coming out of retirement conveniently, you know, not on the telecast, but days before the actual fight, to almost like divert attention away from Wilder. That's how some people took it. And I even heard through a lot of people that Floyd was definitely at Wilder Ortiz too. You know, he was at the fight, and I heard different things. I don't know how true it is, but some people said he even bet against Wilder in certain fights. But after Wilder, when Wilder knocked out Luis Ortiz in the 6th round, I had heard that Floyd got up and left before, you know, the post-fight speech and stuff like that. So people like Wilder might have taken that a type of way. And, you know, you never know, because Floyd kind of does that sometimes. I think he even left before Gervonta Tank Davis's post-fight speech. Maybe he doesn't want to be interviewed, or, you know, you never know dealing with Floyd. But there's a lot of people reaching out. You know, Floyd said he knows how to beat Fury and he could teach Wilder. George Foreman says he wants to, you know, help Wilder. But all these things could be people trying to get paychecks, people trying to get clout, people trying to redirect attention and, you know, almost be responsible if you do come back and you're successful. You see what I'm saying? Like if Wilder were to come back and knock out Tyson Fury, then they could say, oh, you know, he had my stamp of approval. I mentally coached him. I was his spiritual advisor, or, you know, whoever, George Foreman or whoever could say, I taught him what he needed to know, and, you know, kind of take credit for victory. So I agree with Wilder there. Boxing is very dirty, very corrupt, and you never know people's intentions. And one way to kind of chill is to see the people who are with you, riding with you before, after, and during. You know, before you make it, during when you make it, and even after you have slippage, or if you were to fall or take a loss, see who's really messing with you still. And I think a lot of people have to learn that the hard way in boxing. You could be Adrian Broner, everybody's enjoying the show, the entertainment, the rapping and dancing on the way out, but then as soon as you lose to a Maidana, you know, some of them people posting memes about you, or, you know, they're not really there for you like you thought they were. And that's even people close to you, like on your team. So I agree with Wilder 100%. Definitely a dirty game. Him bringing in new people, I do think that's a good thing for him. It's just an additional set of eyes. Sometimes you have the same exact team for so long, and the lines may get blurred. I've seen, I'm not saying this is the case with him, I'm just giving you my opinion, but sometimes the lines become blurred, and inadvertently you have a fighter who doesn't necessarily respect the trainer anymore. Not saying they don't respect him as a person, but they're not really listening. You see what I'm saying? It's like you need a fresh face, like Tim Bradley versus Ruslan Provodnikov. He was with Joel Diaz for so long that he wasn't even listening to Joel Diaz in the Ruslan Provodnikov fight, and he almost got melted and knocked out for it. You know, Joel Diaz actually had some very good in the corner advice, but Bradley seemed to not be listening. So he switched to Teddy Atlas, and Teddy Atlas is just, you know, just has a different program, different set of eyes, different approach. And sometimes people need that refresher. And to my knowledge, Wilder's keeping his current people, JD's and Mark Breland, despite some people thought Breland was out of camp for throwing in the towel. Maybe Wilder reconsidered. You know, we have to hear from the big man himself, Deontay Wilder. But it's not a bad look to bring in an additional set of eyes and experienced people that you feel you can trust. Danny Jacobs did it for a Triple G fight. He brought in the second set of eyes in Virgil Hunter. So he was still with Andre Rozier at that point, but he wanted to bring in somebody additionally to help him and maybe help guide him to victory. And I thought he beat Triple G. So this is not really a bad thing for Wilder. He definitely has the finances where he can do it. It's not going to probably cost an arm and a leg. And it's a must-win scenario. That's the most important thing. Wilder beating Tyson Fury is a must-win, must-achieve victory type of scenario. It's going to be very bad if Wilder loses in the third fight to Tyson Fury. So you want to pull out all the stops and get it correct here, because you're taking on a high-risk situation and scenario if you were to lose. Because, again, like I said in the previous video, some people thought Wilder, not me, but some people thought Wilder may have lost the first fight. So you can't may have lost the first fight, you know, in a controversial, quote unquote, first fight. Second fight, you definitely lost. And then if you pull out all these stops, I did a video about it, but he said he had a bicep tear that needed surgery. The suit was weighing too much. You can't say all this stuff and bring in new people. So you're kind of on your own. If you lose this one, you're kind of on your own. You just lost it. That's just what it is. The better man beat you. Let me know what you guys think of Wilder bringing in, he's saying 2 people, so it sounds like he already has a game plan. I did tell you guys, in my opinion, that pandemic has helped Wilder in the sense that he has more time and time to get it right and get his head right. So that's a benefit to him, bringing in new people. I don't see a problem with it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know how I did in the video. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego, signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button. And you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.